Today, we're going to talk about risk management. And, I think we've talked about some aspects of this in a number of different podcasts. We talk about risk and whatnot. And we thought, maybe this is a good subject to just delve into in a specific podcast as opposed to having pieces of it over time. So, who wants to take the baton here and kind of introduce what we're going to say? Who wants it?
Go ahead, Earl.
There you go.
Okay, well, there you go. I got nominated.
Push behind.
So
Here.
risk management is interesting topic because it used to be super, super hot. It used to be one of the biggest things in software development back when we were in the 90s, worried about capability maturity model and all that. Risk management was its own little area. And if you look at the SweetBox, it was its own little area, right? Or PMBOK as well, its own little area. It was really, really important. And then Agile came along and it seems to have faded away a bit, sort of, kind of. And so what is its role today? What importance is it? Because when we talk about risk management, and just be clear here, we're really going to be focusing on software project risk management, not business risks, not product risks, but software project risk management. Does it still have a place? And I think the answer is, spoiler alert, yes, it does have a place. And it should have a bigger role in your world. And one of the reasons we are having this conversation is that we've actually got people calling us up and say, "Hey, can you come do the risk management training?" And I'm like, took it off and I dusted off the risk management training. Like, whoo, this is like long in the tooth. That hasn't been updated recently and had to do some updates. But yeah, people are getting interested again because they're starting to find out that while Agile may do a good job with short-term risk, it's whole projects, whole releases that are still suffering from being on time and on budget with the kind of quality and the kind of functionality that was desired. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. This idea of, is it still have a place and is it very useful?
There are a certain category of risks that Agile approaches actually do a very good job of inherently managing. Basically, the risk that the requirements are going to change, the risk that we didn't quite understand the requirements, that the short cycles that you have in Agile approaches, typically we're looking at something like a 2 week sprint is, I think, by far the most common. We occasionally see 1 month sprints, but the important thing is kind of how far off track can you go in a month? How far off track can you go in 2 weeks? And so any risk, that's sort of the time frame of the risk, is within the next 2, 4, 6 weeks. Inherently, it's kind of already reasonably well managed just by the iterations, by the notion of the sprints in Agile. The gap is for the risks that are persisting longer than that. They're going to be active over many months, 6 months, a year, potentially a couple of years, that do still call out for some amount of active risk management, active risk control, that if your vision is only for the next 2 weeks, the next 4 weeks, then you're not paying attention to the things that could cause you trouble 6 months down the road, a year down the road, etc. That's the whole message that we want to get across today, is that there are still long-term risks out there that need to be paid attention to, that Agile all by itself doesn't, well, it certainly doesn't point you to paying attention to them. You have to go beyond what Agile says in order to be paying attention to risks that are 6 month, 12-month time frame.
So would you
Right.
consider it
And
looking like